All right, everyone. Now that we got a scene added to our game, I mean, that's all well and good, but how do we interact with the objects that are in our scene? So really quick, let me go back to my scene. Uh, and let me go to the media files. I'm going to bring a coin in here, right? And in this project for the properties, I'm going to give it a unique name. So I'm just going to call it coin. And Studio automatically named it level coin. So in our code, what we can do to reference it is I'm going to copy this name here. Let's go back to main.agc. And what I want to do is directly underneath this, I'm going to set rotation to equal 0, right? Now in my do loop, underneath the level sync, what I'm going to say is set sprite angle, and I'm going to use the name of that object and use rotation. And then directly underneath this, I'm going to say rotation equals rotation plus 1. And actually, I think I did this wrong. I think this needs to be below the sync. There we go. And now we'll hit play. And there you go. You can see that my coin is rotating here. So that's how you're going to reference every single item. You want to use it by that variable name, right? So what if you want to use, or what if you want to reference a group of objects? So for this, you will need to make use of that array field that we talked about earlier. So if I go back into the scene here, let me pull up some media files. I'm going to pull up these saws, all right? So I'm going to grab a couple of these. It's like maybe like 4 of them. Something like that. That's fine. All right. And what we can do is let's go ahead and drag a box around all of these. That way they're all selected. And you should see now that the properties window has these new buttons here, right? So we need to give it a name first. So I'll call this one saws. And now we can set the array group on all selected sprites. So if we click off them and we go into them, now you can see each one of them will have that saws array group, right? So this is going to be pretty much the same thing. We're going to go, we're going to grab level saws. We're going to go into our main AGC. All right, so this is the code I came up with for the arrays. Basically what it is doing here is moving them to the left. If they collide with the edge of the screen, then they move the other way. And if they collide with this side of the screen, then they move back. So they're just moving back and forth. And I'll just show you real quick. Once the first blade hits the edge of the screen, it'll go back the other way. And all right, so that's fascinating. But let me close this. I know this code is probably going to be a little bit confusing, especially if you're new to AppGameKit Studio or new to programming. So don't worry about it too much. I did comment it. So I'm using the counter, and then everything from this point down to here. This is all new. So if you want to, you can pause the video and kind of see what it does and see if you can figure it out. I will be going more in depth with this stuff later on, but that's going to be it for now, and I'll see you guys in the next one.